Hello there, and welcome to this Association of Fitness Judges video on filling out a variety of scorecards. This is video 1 in our scorecard series. Before we begin, we want to make sure we're only using black or blue ink on the scorecards. Any other color should never be used as it will lead to issues with scoring, and we want to make their job as easy as possible. Another good thing to have is a piece of scratch paper. This will be useful for making notes, counting high volume reps, or if you're not the master scorecard holder, writing down things like tiebreak times, finish times, or any other notes during the heat. We want to make sure we write down the event, heat, and lane. Don't throw this away after an event, as you never know when having an extra set of scores might be important. Maybe there's a dispute, ship timers didn't work, or a fellow judge might have missed an important time or count. Here we have an example of a typical scorecard you will find at a competition. We can see this is an individual workout that is a couple of calories on the bike and dumbbell squats with a 10-minute cap. Now the first thing we want to do as a judge when we receive our scorecard and before we write anything down is, and it sounds a bit silly, but we want to make sure that this is the actual workout we're going to be judging. A lot can happen during a competition, and it has happened before where the wrong scorecards were given out. Next, we want to check that we have the right heat lane, and then check to see who's our athlete or team going to be. There will normally be a sticker or label in the top corner that will tell you that information. If you have an athlete or team that you have trained with, worked with, or know personally, then you want to make sure you swap lanes with a fellow judge to ensure there won't be any possible bias. Now that we have established all that information is correct, we can go ahead and put in our judge's number on the line here. Our judge's number is the number assigned to us by our team lead for the duration of the competition. In this case, it's going to be B6. Now, after we have finished that, the only things we want to write on the front of the scorecards are X's or numbers, nothing else. As the athletes move through the workout, we will be marking X's after they have successfully completed each movement. At the end of the workout, you will write down the final time and then get a signature from the athlete. Now in this next example, we're going to assume that the athlete got time capped before they could finish the workout. Let's say that they finished the first round of calories, the squats, the next round of calories, but they only got 7 squats. In this box, we'll not put an X, but instead we will put the number 7. They didn't finish the workout, so the time will be left blank, but we will put an X in the cap box. On the next scorecard, we have 2 max lifts, a snatch and a clean and jerk. After we have checked that it's the right event, heat, lane, and athlete are all correct, we can write down our judge's number. So our first athlete is going to attempt a snatch at 205. We're going to write down 205 on this line as it's their first lift. Let's say they make the lift. We will put an X in the made box. They have a second lift at 225. We write down 225. But they missed the lift. We will then put an X in the miss box. Then they go for their third lift at 230. We write that down here and they successfully complete the lift. We'll then write an X in the made box. So for the snatch, we would then write down 230 on the best snatch line. Now looking at the clean and jerk now, we would then follow the same example as with the snatch. First, our athlete is going to attempt a clean and jerk at 275. We're going to write down 275 on this line as it's their first lift. Let's say they make the lift. We will put an X in the made box. They have a second lift at 295. We write down 295. And they make the lift. We'll then put an X in the made box. Then they go for their third lift at 300. We write that down here, and they failed the lift. We will write an X in the miss box. So for the clean and jerk, we will write down 295 on the best clean and jerk line, as that was the heaviest lift completed. We will then get a signature from the athlete at the end of the event. Notice we have left the total blank. We never want to do any math, as it is very easy for that to get confusing, so we will leave that for scoring to complete. Another great tip is to utilize the back of the scorecard. For example, if we are used to working in kilos at our local affiliate, but maybe the competition we are judging is using pounds, or of course vice versa, we can write down some basic plate math. Blue plus green plus white. Made. If we're not sure what the actual numbers are, we can do this during the heat and then do the math later. On this scorecard, we're looking at a team workout of synchro muscle-ups, worm clean and jerks, and a bob push. Notice that there is a tie break time in each round. Now we've obviously made sure that this is the correct event, heat, and lane, and then we put in our judges number. Now in this example, let's imagine that there are 2 judges in each lane, and we are the judge who was on the bob push, and that there is a separate judge on the muscle-ups and on the worm. More than likely, we will be the master scorecard holder, and the other judge will have scrap paper to mark off reps as the team goes through the workout. The team starts the workout, and although we are judging the first 2 movements, we can count along and mark them off as they go. They finish the muscle-ups. We put an X in the box. They finish the worm, and we put an X in the box. We also need to write down the tie break time from when they finish the last rep of the clean and jerk with the worm. Now, when the team has successfully completed the bob push, you will mark down the X here. We then repeat that for the second and third rounds, putting an X in each of the boxes and writing in the time. We then get the signature as before. Now in this example, we're going to imagine that the team didn't finish the workout. They got through the first 2 rounds, but they failed to finish the last bob push. Now, depending on how the lane will be set up, there may be a line on the competition floor that will indicate how many sections the team pushed the bob. This is something that you would want to clarify in the briefing prior to the workout. In this example, let's say they completed 3 sections. We then write down 3 on the line, mark an X in the cap box, and then get a signature from the team. Thank you for joining us in this video. We hope that you learned something and found it useful. If we've missed anything, or if you want to share any tips, please leave a comment below. Now make sure to come back and check for more videos. Make sure you smash that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.